Today I've come to a conclusion that maybe, just maybe, in God's eyesight, in the eyesight of Jesus, I have not truly given him all the glory he deserves. And I mean putting him number one in my life. And maybe sometimes we're all guilty of that without knowing or thinking it in our lifetime. It could be our mothers, it could be our fathers, our grandparents, a pet, a lot of things that we just take for granted. We let get to us, we let it absorb within us, and it's our number one priority. And then Jesus. There's an incident that happened that made me come to the conclusion of making this video. And I want to right now apologize to my Lord Jesus Christ above. If ever in my life that it was a time or times when in your eyesight I was not putting you first, right now, right here, this moment, I want to say forgive me and I'm sorry. Forgive me and I'm sorry. To the elderly, you were supposed to be our examples, and yet even you can be so unforgiving, so mean and cruel. Sometimes our neighbors or our church members, you look at them and it seems like they look at you like, don't say good morning to me. Don't say anything to me. You walk into the church and handle your program. Sometimes you might be greeted with a smile, or sometimes you just might be handed a program, depending on the mood of the person or the people was inside the church. You look around the church and it's just like everybody's there like saying, let's get this over with. And then there are a few times where I felt inspired in church. So it's not like it's supposed to be. We were taught by elders to say yes sir, no ma'am. We were taught to forgive one another, to show love and courtesy, to use good language and not curse, not steal, not rob. We weren't taught by elders. Look at our elders get mad and because you're not doing what they want you to do, tell you to get out or give back a gift that was given. Elders, our elderly, acting like children, acting mean and cruel. I didn't realize that or notice it. It was there. I didn't notice it when I was coming up. The things that I see and absorb now. That's why I say, Jesus, if I have not placed you and put you number one and let man or woman, whether it's my wife, my mother, my children, my grandchildren, sister, brother, if I have let any of them hurt me so bad that I didn't put you number one, didn't come to you, didn't pray to you and realize that I had you when I didn't have any of them, and I will have you when I don't have any of them, and none of them will account for me when I die. I have to face you. I have to account to you for everything here on earth that I do. And henceforth and forevermore, I shall do just that. Because from the White House to the poorhouse, people are more and more self-centered. self-centered and biased, treating one another differently, treating one person better than another person. I wasn't raised that way. I don't believe in that. I believe in treating everybody equally, everybody the same. And if I can't have that, then I won't have it at all. I'll just walk away. I got Jesus and he is enough. There are people along the way that I've met or people I've known all of my life that I love and I care about, but Jesus is number one. There are people in my family, just say a son's girlfriend or a daughter's boyfriend or vice versa. People that it seems like they don't care anything about me. I let it bother me. It seems like a lot of them care more about my wife than they do about me. And sometimes it drains in my mind. It gets in my heart. And I say, I wonder if my children said, well, I don't really like my dad like I like my mom. Or it might not be that at all. Maybe it's a sense or a feeling within me. But I don't like to feel that way. I don't like to live that way. You know, when I was coming up, it was, parents, she said, well, the mothers and the grandmother would say, well, ask your grandpa. Or mothers would say, well, ask your dad. See what your dad got to say about it. But tell you don't walk in my house without speaking to your grandpa. Or you don't walk in the house without speaking to your dad or anybody that came with you. And I don't mean that in a harsh or harming way. I mean that out of love, because that's all I have in my heart is love. I want to be right. I want to go to heaven. I want to do right by Jesus. I really, truly want to do right by Jesus. And if I've done anything to anybody in my lifetime, I'm sorry. If you haven't got to know me, you should get to know me, because everything ain't like it seems and everything ain't like it's told to you. If somebody told you something and that's what you going by, then you don't really know. So I'll say, I'm giving God the glory from henceforth and everything.